All right, so jumping straight into one of the first things that's super important that you need to know before you start dropshipping, which is to avoid the mistake of trying to sell trending products, but instead try and focus on evergreen products. So if there's one thing that I've noticed with majority of beginners that want to start a dropshipping store is that they tend to go down the path of selling trending products. And this could be because this is the items that they see on Instagram as they're scrolling through, or maybe they see it on TikTok. And because of this, most beginners think that this is what they need to do. And if you're completely new to the world of e-commerce and you're not really sure of what I mean when I say trending, evergreen, and all of this, well, when it comes to trending products, these are items that might be doing well temporarily. And there's also seasonal items that tend to do well at specific times of the year. For example, if we look at something like a Christmas tree, this is something that might sell well maybe around November, December, but for the rest of the year, it's not going to do well. However, if we look at a trending product, this is a item that has gained popularity for whatever reason, and it might perform well for the next few months or so. Like, if I give you guys an example, I'm sure that most of you remember those hoverboard things. They were going crazy all over social media. Everyone wanted them. However, if we go over to Google Trends, as you can see, I typed in hoverboards right there, left it to worldwide since 2004. Of course, since 2004, no one was searching for this particular product. However, in 2015, when hoverboards came out, as you can see, there was a massive spike and a lot of people were searching for it, a lot of people were spending money on it, and of course, people that were selling it around the time was making a lot of money. However, after 2015, as you guys can clearly see, no one seemed to have cared about hoverboards anymore. A lot of people lost interest, and because of that, no one's really searching for it on Google. And that's the reason why I say that you should focus more on evergreen products, which are items that people are searching for every single day throughout the year, 365 days out of the year, people are searching for it. People want to spend money on it year after year without fail. Now, there's so many different examples of evergreen products. I'm not going to be able to go through the entire list today, but if I just use a random product as an example, for example, we've got these AA batteries over here. This is a perfect example of an item that people are going to be buying every single day because, of course, people all around the world need it. And it looks like I even need to replace my batteries right now. But if I go over to Google Trends, as you guys can see, I've typed in AA batteries, and ever since 2004, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, people have been consistently searching for this particular product. So this is the mindset that you guys need to have when it comes to whatever product you're going to sell over the next year. Try and make sure that it's a product that people are actively searching for, people actively want to spend money on it, because of course this is going to put you in a great position when it comes to building up your dropshipping business. But this now brings me on to the second thing that I want to talk about that I believe every single one of you that wants to start dropshipping over the next year needs to know, which is that it's important for you to reduce the likelihood of any potential shipping mistakes. And right now you're probably thinking, Sam, what exactly do you mean? What exactly are you talking about? Now, when it comes to dropshipping, generally speaking, the way that it works is that, of course, you're going to build a store, you're going to load it with products that you would have found on a dropshipping supplier's website. And every single time that you get an order, it's going to be your responsibility to make sure that you are shipping it to your customer using the correct shipping details. So with all of that, you're going to have to remember exactly which product you're actually dropshipping, and you're going to have to make sure that you manually insert all of your customers' details every single time that you get a sale. But for you to increase the likelihood of your store succeeding in terms of you getting good feedbacks and all of this type of stuff, you need to make sure that you're reducing the likelihood of any potential shipping issues. And one of the tools that I normally recommend when it comes to fulfilling all of your orders in an automated way is a software called AutoDS, because what you can do is link your store to your supplier's website in terms of the particular products that you want to sell. For example, if I jump into my AutoDS account, as you can see, all of these different products that are currently in my draft that are waiting to be uploaded to my store, I know exactly which product I'm going to be dropshipping. So for example, if I click on view source product for any one of them, I'm going to click on this one. As you can see, it takes me directly to the product page from the supplier. So when I now load this product to my store, everything is going to be done in an automated way. When a customer goes onto my store and they buy the product from me, I'm going to be able to set up auto fulfillment, which means that I'm not going to have to manually sit there every single time that a brand new order comes in. Because the way that AutoDS works is that Once you've topped up your balance, they're going to be able to automatically ship out your orders without you lifting a finger. And a software like this is what I'd recommend majority of you guys to use, because it's going to reduce any likelihood of any potential shipping issues happening. You don't want to make the mistake of sending the wrong product to a particular customer, they complain, they leave bad feedback, and overall your whole store is going to be affected because you're going to get chargebacks, you're going to get all of these different issues. So if you did want to sign up to something like AutoDS, I've got a 30-day trial link in my description down below so that you can test it out and see if it's something that you want to use over the long term. But this actually now brings me on to one of the next most important things that I wish I knew before I started dropshipping specifically on Shopify, and it's something that I tend to share with every single beginner because it's really important, which is the importance of using Shopify apps in the right way. Now, most of you that are new to using Shopify are probably thinking, what do you mean by apps? Do you mean I need to go over to the iOS app store, maybe the Android app store, and install an app on my mobile phone? No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that Shopify have their own app store that you're going to be able to go onto. This is what it looks like, and you're going to be able to go onto it and find any app that you believe is going to be suitable for whatever business you're trying to run. So I'm not going to be able to give you specific ones because it all depends on which products you want to sell, but the general premise is that you're going to find an app that's going to make your store run a little bit more efficiently, and it's just going to help you when it comes to generating more sales. So if I go over to browse apps, as you can see, they've got apps for finding products, orders and shipping, marketing, selling products, store design, store management. You're going to be able to click into any one of these and find whatever app that you want to find. But if I just log into the back end of one of my app stores, as you guys can see, I've got various different apps on this particular store right now. And just to give you an idea of the ones that I use, as you can see, I'm using Trustpilot reviews when it comes to collecting positive and sometimes negative reviews for my business. I'm also using Order Deadline, which is something that I'm able to apply on the product page, and it creates some sort of urgency for the customer to want to check out, and it also allows them to know when they're going to receive the order. I'm going to be able to set everything in the back end, so depending on when the customer's on the product page, they're going to be able to get an estimate of exactly when they're going to receive it. I'm also using apps like AutoDS, of course, as I've just shown you. This is a really useful app. There's also apps like Privy, SalesPop. All of these different apps that I'm using help me in one way, shape or form. And I'm not necessarily able to go through every single one in today's video. Otherwise, we're going to be here for the next 30 minutes. So if you wanted me to make a breakdown video showing you exactly which apps I use and exactly how you can use them, then put in the comments down below, do the Shopify app video, and I'll get onto it ASAP. But swiftly moving on to the fourth important thing that every single one of you that's watching this video needs to be aware of for you to increase your chances of being successful is to build a branded dropshipping store. Now, what do I mean by this exactly? Now, when it comes to you building a dropshipping website that customers are going to come onto and give you their hard-earned money, for you to increase your chances of this happening, you need to automatically install into the customer's mind what type of products your business specializes in. This is something that every single online business, in my opinion, needs to do for them to turn a non-paying customer into a paying customer, because what happens is that when a visitor lands on your website, there's probably around 3 seconds of that customer deciding on if they're going to stay on your website or bounce away. But if you've branded your store in terms of the company name, in terms of the images on your website, in terms of the color scheme, everything like that, if you've branded your website around the types of items that you want to specialize in, the chances of you being able to generate a sale from that visitor is going to be slightly higher. This is something that I've done with every single e-com business that I've ever built. I've always tried to make sure that anyone, even a complete stranger that comes on my page, they know exactly what type of items I sell, because when there's an understanding of what you specialize in, there's also an added trust factor as well. People like to buy from companies that know what they're doing. So if you've centered your entire website around a specific category, around a specific niche, or just generally around a specific product, then they're going to subconsciously think that you know what you're doing and that you're selling the best item out there. Branding is probably one of the most important things that you need to spend time learning as a beginner that's looking to make money online, because once you understand the key factors that goes into branding, you're going to be able to apply all of that to your website and then of course be able to generate money on a daily basis. And this now brings me on to one of the final bits of advice that I want to share with you guys that I'm going to leave you with, which is to be consistent. Now, when it comes to starting any sort of side hustle over the next year, the ones that are going to succeed when it comes to generating an extra $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month in profit is all going to come down to them being super, super consistent. Nothing's going to happen overnight, but the more effort that you're able to put in over the next year, every single month, the more you're going to learn things, the more you're going to be able to adapt, and you're going to be able to apply all of the lessons, all of the mistakes that you've made every day. You're going to be able to learn from them and grow from them. One of the things that I've seen hold a lot of beginners back from achieving when it comes to starting an online business is shiny object syndrome. I would say that 80% of you that are watching this video are probably interested in starting a dropshipping store. You're probably going to attempt it for maybe a month or so, but there's going to be another side hustle that you're going to see that maybe has all of the benefits that dropshipping doesn't have by the looks of it, and you're going to jump over to that side hustle instead. And then what's going to happen is that you're going to start that side hustle and you're going to see that there's issues with that one too, and you're going to find another side hustle that looks even better than that one, and then you're going to jump over to that one. And then it's going to be some sort of cycle of you jumping from side hustle to side hustle, thinking that you're going to find the perfect one. If there's one lesson that I've learned with all of the different online businesses that I've built, is that you're always going to feel like the grass is greener on the other side. And that's why if you do know that you want to be an expert when it comes to building up a dropshipping business, you have to be consistent at it. If you know within your heart that this is something you want to do, you have to go through all of the different obstacles that you're definitely going to face. Because if you're able to go through all of those obstacles and you're able to continue going, before you know it, your entire life is going to change. So there you have it. Those are the 5 most important things that I believe every single beginner needs to know before they start dropshipping. And of course, there's a lot more that goes into the entire step-by-step process. And if you wanted to watch a completely free webinar where I break down the key things that I had to learn when it came to me going from 0 to over $1,000 per day in profit with my Shopify store, you're going to be able to watch a completely free webinar where I go through all of my secrets, all of my tips, all of my tricks by clicking the first link in the description down below. And if you also wanted to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago where I break down some other important things that you guys need to know when it comes to making money online, generally speaking, you're going to be able to check that out by clicking the link over there. Watch that video straight after this one because it's already helped out thousands of people. So many people have benefited from it and have told me that they've been able to generate over $100 per day. So make sure you check that video out straight after this one because I'm sure that it's going to help you out too. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.